Welcome yogis, my name is Marissa. Thank you for coming to your mat and joining us. We're going to do a mini fusion just to get the body moving, and you're welcome to pause and replay any parts. We'll just move through each flow once. And so if you want a little bit more, have a little bit more time, you're welcome to do that at your leisure. We're going to start today in child's pose. So bringing the hands to the top of the mat, toes touching and knees out nice and wide. Let the body just melt down into the space. Noticing how your body has arrived on your mat today. Checking in with the hips and the shoulders. Noticing the breath that you are naturally taking. And then start to see if you can slowly expand that breath, taking a little bit longer inhales in through the nose. And for these first few rounds, you can let the exhale with the HA out of your mouth. Starting to relax any tension from the body, really arriving in your space today. If you'd like to take this moment to set an intention for your practice, what brought you to your mat today, now is a great time to do that. Or maybe you sum it down to just one word affirmation that can remind you of your practice, your why behind your practice today. We'll start to activate our child's pose, walking the hands out a little bit further away from us. Maybe the elbows pop up off the mat. On your next inhale, we're going to roll forward to scorpion. So lifting those hips and then letting them fall to the mat. Make sure that the shoulders are pressed away from the ears, and if it feels good, maybe you TikTok the legs left and right, with the low back relax a little bit. On your exhale, we're going to press back and thread the left arm underneath. Finding that child's pose, and on your inhale, you'll sweep that right arm, tap the low back, and then exhale, plant the hand back onto the mat, reach forward, and your next inhale brings you back into scorpion. Exhale, we'll press back, thread the right arm under. Inhale, left arm sweeps back, taps the low back, and bringing it all the way back, planting on the mat. Both arms reach forward, your next inhale brings you into scorpion. We'll do one more on each side. Exhale, press back, left arm threads through. Inhale, right arm sweeps open. Exhale, close it off. Both hands reach forward. Inhale, scorpion. Exhale, press back, right arm reaches through. Left arm with an inhale comes to the low back. And all the way reaching back to the top of the mat. Right hand meets the left. Inhale, scorpion, one last time. As you exhale, press back to child's pose. Reaching those hands nice and long, hips pressing towards the heels. 2 breaths here. Your next inhale will rise up to tabletop. Taking a couple rounds of cat-cow. As you inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin and the chest, the tailbone. Exhale, rounding. Beautiful. Inhale, back to cow pose. Get creative, get funky here, let it feel good. Take one more round. Anything that feels good for your body here, maybe. Move to the rib cage a little bit. Then we'll come back to our neutral tabletop. On your inhale, we're gonna lift the right knee in line with the hip. And then we're gonna start by taking a few big circles. So as you inhale, reach that right knee forward towards the armpit or tricep, and then bring it through the center line of the body and all the way up and back. One more just like that in that direction. Knee to elbow through the center line, up and back. And then we'll reverse it. So bringing the knee into the chest, out to the armpit, up and around. One more time. Into the chest, to the armpit, up and around. This time we'll bring the knee to the nose and step it in between the legs, finding that low lunge. Here your hands can stay low or come to the top of the thighs. You want a little bit more through that left hip flexor. Taking a few breaths here, letting those hips open up for your practice today. When you're ready, exhale, take you back into your half splits. Flex those toes towards your nose and gently pull that right hip point back. Your next inhale, we'll rebend the right leg. We're gonna set up for 90-90, so you're gonna walk the right foot over towards the left side. I'll face forward just so you guys can see both angles. So you want a 90-degree bend in the right knee, in between the 2 legs, and then in the left leg. So you're gonna keep the chest up nice and tall, and the goal here is to keep the heels planted on the floor. So as you inhale, you're gonna start to open up that left knee, keeping the right knee as far open as you can until you roll through this bear sit, and then all the way back over that left leg. We're gonna pause here, press the right knee into the mat, and see if you can lift that right heel, or maybe even just think about lifting it. Relax it back down. We'll inhale, open that right knee up. And we'll let the left knee fall. Pressing the left knee into the mat, lifting the back heel. Release the heel. We'll go one more time, just with your own breath. Moving nice and slow, working on that hip mobility, maybe that little lift at the top. And coming all the way back through. Here, we're gonna plant the hands, lift the hips up, and find your half pigeon pose. So realign that left leg straight behind you, lifting up with a nice tall chest. You can stay right here if it feels good. Maybe walk the hands forward. If you're bowing down, just use it with a lot of weight in the spine. And you're ready to slowly start to walk yourself back up. Press into the hands, slide that right foot back, and we'll repeat that on the left side. So bring the left knee up to hip height. When you're ready, take a big circle, keeping that knee up as high as possible till it reaches the tricep, center line, and then kick it up and back. Opening up through the center line, and then up and back. We'll pause here, reversing it, so bring knee to chest, and then out towards the armpit. Big open up, back through center. One more time. Beautiful. This time, bringing that knee all the way through. Step the left foot to the top of your space. There's a low lunge on the left side. Again, your hands can lift up or even go low, whatever feels best for your body. Take a little time to explore and breathe through. On your exhale, press back to that half splits, flexing the left toes, and then think about pulling the left hip point back and right hip point forward. You'll feel that light up through the whole hamstring and calf. Rebend that leg with an inhale. Set up for a 90-90. So walk that left foot over towards the right. Back knee hugs in line with the long edge of your mat. And then again, keeping the chest up nice and tall. I like to just naturally put my arms like this, so I can go to heart center. Do whatever you like with them. We'll start to open up the jazz hands. Open up that right knee. Let that left knee fall in. Press the left knee into the mat as you lift. Release the heel. Both heels glued to the mat as you open up. Coming all the way back to the top. Lift the heel. Relax that heel down one more time. If you want to pause in that center bear sit, you're welcome to as well. Anywhere in this 90-90 that you feel a little sticky, feel free to take a moment, take a couple breaths there. Once you get back to that left leg, you'll square yourself off on your mat, extend that right leg, and find a nice half pigeon. Again, if you want to stay upright, working on more mobility in the front of that right hip flexor, or laying yourself down with lots of length. That's going to focus a little bit more on the outside of the left hip. A few breaths here, sending that breath down into the hips. Walk the hands back underneath you. This time, tucking that back toe, we're going to step it back to downward facing dog. First time through here, so pedal it out. A couple of alignment cues here, downward facing dog, making sure that all 10 knuckles are pressing in evenly towards the floor, especially this first finger and thumb. And then gently rolling those shoulders open, so wrapping those triceps around, maybe a soft bend in the knees to have a nice flat low back. From here, we'll inhale, lengthen our right leg to the sky. As you exhale, step the right foot in between the hands, and then left foot is going to stepping high on the right, so our legs are crossed here. Inhale, rise all the way up. We'll grab onto the left wrist and pull it over to the right for a nice side bend. Inhale, back through center, and as you exhale, dive down over those folded, crossed legs. And then we'll walk the hands over to the right, exploring that left IT band with a head hang here. And come back. Your center hands will plant. We'll set the left foot back and then the right. We'll inhale, come up high onto the toes. We're going to wash forward to our high plank, leading with the back of the heart, so like a big wave. And then bend the knees, exhale, turbo dog. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale, sink the heels. We'll do one more just like that. Inhale, lead with the back of the heart, roll forward. Exhale, bend the knees, turbo dog. Inhale, lift the hips, heels stick high. Exhale, sink the heels. Inhale, left leg lift to the sky. Step that left foot in between the hands, and then right foot steps behind the left. Inhale, sweeping up. Grabbing onto the right hand, pull it up and over to the left. Actively pressing the hips towards the right. Keeping the chest lifted and throat open. Inhale through center. Exhale, fold over those crossed legs. And then wander over to the left side of your mat. You should feel that in the outside of the right leg, the IT band. And then walk yourself back through center. Right leg will step back. Left leg will step back to join downward facing dog. And from here, we'll build a little flow. When you're ready, inhale, right leg will lift to the sky. Exhale, knee to the nose, step it in between the hands. Get a nice firm foundation here, and your inhale will bring you up to your crescent pose. So nice deep 90-degree bend in that front knee if you can. Back heel is sparking up, biceps by the ears. From here, we're going to take the right arm underneath the left, so the opposite arm and legs. Eagle arms, you can always go for opposite shoulders. Wherever you're going, make sure all the fingers are pointing up and not grabbing in any sort of funky way. We're going to root into the right leg, step up and over with the left leg, finding those eagle legs. So variations can be left toes or the kickstand on your mat, or maybe they find that full wrap. Finding that eagle pose, finding focus one point in front of you, and then squeezing everything down. This posture is about compression here. So you're wanting to compress all these major joints in the body, so when release, they get to stay flush, a fresh, oxygenated blood. All right, we'll keep the arms where they're at. Slowly unthread the left leg. Take a big step back, right into your footprint. Inhale, arms open up for your crescent. Exhale, open up warrior two. Back heel sends down, deep bend in that front leg. Tuck the tailbone slightly and push the right knee out. Inhale, reach forward, reverse warrior. High five the space behind you. Keep that space as we come into our side angle. Right hand low, left hand high. Variations here. If you need a modification, you can bend your right arm, stack it on the thigh. If you want a little bit more, you can go to a half bind, a full bind, or bird of paradise. Your choice here. Or you can just stay in that side angle and breathe. From your side angle, you'll make sure you open up from those binds. We're going to start to reach the left hand towards the front of your space, and then sweep it all the way down through wide forward fold. Pause here and center for a breath. Inhale, think length to the spine. Now as you exhale, pull yourself deeper. We'll walk the right hand over towards the left toes. Inhale, reach the left hand to the sky. Maybe try and draw that forearm down to the mat. And change, you'll walk the hands all the way back over to frame your right foot. From here, step the right toes back. We'll move through the chaturanga. I'll have Bella modify and Roxy do the full expression. We'll inhale, shift forward. As you exhale, lower down to a hover. Untuck the toes. Inhale, lift through upward dog or baby cobra if you're modifying. Lift the hips, roll over the toes. Press back, downward facing dog. Nice job. We'll flow through that one more time on the left side. When you're ready, inhale, lift your left leg to the sky. Exhale, knee to the nose, step the left foot through. Get those legs set up nice and strong. Inhale, rise to your crescent. Beautiful, find that strength in that front leg. And then we'll take the right arm underneath the left. Is that the right one?
Left arm.
Left arm. There we go.
Yes, there we go, Rob.
Alrighty, from here, we're gonna step into that left leg, cross it up and over. Find your eagle here on the other side. And notice if you're a regular hatha goer, that this is opposite of what we usually have. We have opposite arms and legs crossed, and it creates a little bit more compression towards the midline. So just notice how this feels different in your body, if you haven't done this variation before. Squeezing everything down really nice and tight. And then when you're ready, we'll change, unthread that right leg, take a big step back. Inhale, unfold the arms, find your full crescent. Exhale, open up, warrior two, back heel spins down. When you're ready, inhale, reach forward, reverse your warrior, big stretch. Keep that space as you fly into your side angle. Left hand goes low, right hand goes high. Again, you can stay right here. This is really beautiful posture to gain a lot of strength and flexibility. Or you can go for a half line, top hand comes to the low back. Full line would be reaching under. Bird of paradise is stepping the right foot up, standing up tall first, and then working on extending the left leg from there. All variations will slowly come back with control to your side angle. We'll start to reach the right hand up over the head, create a big sweep to the center of your mat for your wide forward fold. Let the head hang heavy, let those hamstrings open up. And then walk the left hand towards the right toes. Right hand goes to the sky. I need a nice twist here. Maybe that left forearm is pulling towards the floor. Beautiful change. Walking the right hand, both hands all the way to frame the left foot. Stepping back, finding your way back to downward facing dog. Maybe that's through a chaturanga. For a few breaths through a cat-cow. We'll all meet back in downward facing dog. Take a big inhale in through the nose. Exhale, HA. At this point, if you wanted to repeat that flow 1 to 2 more times, you'd be welcome to, but we'll move on to a little cool down. So I'll have my models drop to the knees and turn around so you don't get $1 million view. And we're gonna work into some figure four. So we're gonna come, we'll take the right leg over the left. Seated in that figure four first. It is gonna be more intense if you walk that heel closer to the hip, less intense if it's further away. This should be targeting the back of the right hip, that piriformis area. Really good if you have any sciatica issues. So we'll take a few breaths here. And then when you're ready, we'll lower down onto the back, bringing that whole situation into the chest, so grabbing on to the shin or the back of the thigh, pulling everything in. And then from here, we're gonna find a twist. So you're gonna let that whole bind fall over to the left side of your mat. So the sole of the right foot is on the floor, and then we're gonna take our left hand and push the right leg away. You'll feel it opening through the hip flexor. A really nice deep hip flexor stretch where your whole body can be relaxed on the floor. You can even bring your gaze over towards the right. And bring the legs back through center. Send both feet straight up to the sky. Give them a little shake out. Roll up the ankles. Then rock and roll back up to seated, and we'll cross the left leg over the right. Hang out here in your figure four for a few breaths. This posture, each variation of it targets a little bit of a different area of the body, so taking a few breaths in each variation. Again, if you pull your heel in closer to your body, it's going to be more intense of a stretch through that left hip. And when you're ready, we'll come onto the back, grabbing onto the shin or the back of the thigh, pulling that whole figure four in towards the body. Breathing into the hips here. Try your best to let go of any tension in that left leg. Deep into the left hip. If you close your eyes and let the mind explore what it might look like inside the left hip joint. Tight. True. Unbreak the whole situation. Fall over to the right side. Press your right hand into the left thigh. Let it open up. So naturally, I see a lot of people wanting to pull it in like this, which can be a great stretch, but pushing the knee away is giving your hips an external rotation, really opening up through the hip flexor. Big belly breaths here. Let the hips relax and open up. Again, notice if there's any area in the pelvis, the glutes, the hips that's holding on to tension. Pull the knees back to center, send both feet up towards the sky one more time, a little pedal out, a little wiggle out. We'll grab onto the soles of both feet. You go inside or outside, finding a happy baby. Think about pressing the tailbone towards the floor, slug tuck in the chin, knees are falling heavy towards the floor. Coming back to that intention that you set at the very beginning of your practice. Maybe you straighten out one leg and then the other, maybe both legs. We'll send both feet straight up towards the sky, hands down by the side. Slowly lower the legs down, a little emphasis on controlling through the core. And then softly let them land. Roll the shoulders open, let the toes fall out wide, let the eyes close down. And we'll just take a scan of the body, closing off our practice with intention into every fiber of our being. So starting at the soles of the feet. And I invite you to welcome in your favorite color in a neon essence, something that lights up. Bring that color in with gratitude to the soles of your feet. Inhaling that beautiful bright color through the ankles, the shins, the knees. Feel the buzz in that bright color as it encapsulates the whole lower leg. Drawing that color in gratitude for your body up to the thighs, the quads, the hamstrings, up through the glutes and the pelvis, feeling the entire lower body bathed in this beautiful bright color. Breathe that color up the spine, through the belly, the rib cage, the lungs, the heart, up to the top of the shoulders. Let it trickle down the arms, past the elbows, to the palms of the hands. Cross the fingernails and the top of the hand. All the way back up to the shoulders. The whole body, aside from the head, is bathed in this light that carries gratitude for our body. We'll bring that light up the back of the neck, crossing the back of the head and the top of the skull, and then just feel that buzz trickle down the face, the eyebrows, the ears, the cheeks, the nose, the jaw. As you feel your body bathed in this light with gratitude, relaxing the whole body into this space. Feeling that buzz of the whole body connected. Gratitude towards every fiber of your own being for dedicating a chunk of time for yourself, for your practice. Stay here in this moment as long as you'd like. Thank you for showing up on your mat today, for allowing me to guide you through a practice. The love and the light inside of me sees and honors that same love and light inside of each and every one of you. Namaste.
Namaste.